We've both just been furious at 2 p.m. for the last 2 years because 2 years ago, 2 p.m. had a goodbye, we're all going to the military concert where everyone said goodbye to them. And how many members of 2 p.m. are in the military? 2. And I'm just mad because if they had just gone at the end of that concert, they all
would be back already.
So
I could have a new 2 p.m. album right now, and no, I don't.
Yeah, so it's just really frustrating, and I kind of don't. I'm like, I know, it's all very complicated.
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
And now Nick Kuna's just like farting around.
Yes. He Instagrammed this morning himself on like a paddle boat. Like, I'm doing nothing.
I unfollowed him on Instagram because I got so pissed about the fact that he was just like not doing anything. I know he's Thai. He doesn't need to go into the military. But I was just like, it was just a constant reminder that there is no 2 p.m. right now. And I was just like, no, I don't want to see this anymore. It's almost a little bittersweet because 2 p.m. like has members in the military. And so they didn't release any music this year.
Yeah.
I miss them a lot. It's been 2 years since they've come out with anything.
Yeah.
Damn it, 2 p.m. I miss you.
I know. So
I love you, 2 p.m. I can't say it often enough.
I bet if I pulled all the times that you've ever sighed and said, I love you 2 p.m. or I miss you 2 p.m., it would be like a pretty long supercut at this point.
Episode in and of itself. Oh, fucking miss 2 p.m.
Me too. Oh, 2 p.m.
I think that's all I have to say about it. Except that while we were just watching that little clip, all I could think was, I miss you every day.
I know.
God damn it, 2 p.m.
But my love for them is like deep.
It's deep and pure and real. I love them. I miss them every day. I know I've said that a lot, but I do. Little like running in place move is so silly.
I miss you
2 p.m. And like, fuck 2 p.m. I miss you so much.
I know. Maybe you were having 2 p.m. sad hours and I missed out on.
I think so.
Pretty boys that I love so much.
Yeah, come back to us soon, 2 p.m.
We'll come back soon. What's that face? You're making a face.
This video just makes me fierce. It's hard to watch.
Because, I know we weren't. It's not fair.
Okay.
So anyway, this is their This was, and it was announced to me, which is again why we're so angry. Because in 2015 they said this is our last album, and then we're all going to the military. That was 4 years ago. They could have been done by now. Okay. Sorry.
Album.
2 p.m. We love you. We miss you. And like, God damn it, Mino is going to be out of the military before 2 of them. Like, how have they done this to me? Okay. I'm so sorry for the anger in this episode, guys. We are just so frustrated. We just need them back, clearly. Like, do you hear this? We need them.
I miss my grown men.
And they'll be even more grown if they just get out of the military.
Grown part 2. Even growner. Boo. They took so long.
I know. I'm really upset
Gentleman's
about
Game
it.
came out in 2016. They took their sweet ass time going into the army, those bastards.
And I'm waiting for the 2 p.m. comeback to prove that is actually true.
2 p.m. is coming back. So
I'll believe it when I see it. Okay.
Like, yeah, really 2 p.m. Try. You said you were coming back.
Yeah, you motherfuckers. Where are you? It's fucking 2 p.m. God damn you.
Oh, who are these? You know who it is.
These
You
motherfuckers.
know who it is. Coming back soon. They're coming back soon. They did it. They got out of the army and they're gonna fucking come back, all of them. JYP, if you fuck this up, I swear to God.
So help me.
I will
not be responsible for what I do.
What happens to you. and welcome to Ask Me About K-Pop, the essential guide for recent converts and seasoned fans alike. My name is Shannon.
And I'm Angelica.
And what you just heard was a sampling of the last 3.5 years of this podcast and the frustration that is built over time and our loss and our lack of 2 p.m. in our lives.
Our 2 p.m.-less lives. We were in the dark.
We were in the dark and we were sad.
We were in the cold.
Crying
for
the
5
heavens.
years. Please, 2 p.m. Bring the heat.
Come
warm us up
with your hottest nature. And our prayers have been answered, and 2 p.m. is back, everyone.
Hallelujah.
Super
Praise
hallelujah. It's so wonderful. It's so wonderful that they're back. So we are dedicating today's episode to all things 2 p.m. comeback and to just celebrate how long we've been waiting and that like it's all fine now.
It's all okay now. There has been a lot of grief that you all have heard.
And more that you haven't.
And more that you have not. And now I can honestly say that it was worth the wait.
It was worth the wait. It was so worth the wait.
Oh my God. I can't wait to scream and cry about 2 p.m. and their brand new album. But before we do, we had a spark of an idea while recording an episode a couple of weeks ago that we've decided to pursue, and I'm proud of us for that. And to channel this last bit of grief that we had, all of our pent-up rage towards 2 p.m., we wanted to channel that into something artistic, into a song, if you will. And just get it all out there, once and for all.
Once and for all.
We could close our 2 p.m. list chapter and move on into the hottest part of the day.
Yes. So I would like to present for you now, Ask Me About K-Pop listeners, Since You've Been Gone, the 2 p.m. edition. Here's the thing, we've always been fans. It was cool when you said I'm your man. Yeah, yeah. Since you've been gone. And then you did it, you took your time. Wouldn't enlist till we lost our minds. Yeah, yeah. Since you've been gone. And all you'd ever hear us say is how we want it to begin. That's all you'd ever hear us say. But since you've been gone, shiny food on their army boots, they're already done. Yeah, yeah. Thinking that even did I reply. Since you've been gone. EXO got us, the war was won. We even fell for their horny love songs. Yeah, yeah. Since you've been gone. But who could fill your beastly shoes? That's how we became one, baby. Love killers tried to soothe our blues. But since you've been gone, P-Nation signed a gold mine. Now his name is Dom, yeah, yeah. And you're not get to do what you want. Since you've been gone, it took so long to get you on stage with something new. All this time spent screaming at you. Okay, but seriously though, like the entire Produce 101 franchise was built up and torn down in this time. Entire groups debuted and disbanded. Like an entire era of K-pop happened, and you guys weren't even here. Legal drama, plaguing YG. The big three's done. Yeah, yeah. What is high? What is high? I don't know, but not the thing. Miles climb back up the charts. You're still number one. Yeah,
was not sure if I got that one right.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? We wrote a parody song. We're regular Weird Owls over here.
That was so fun to make.
So much credit to you for writing the majority of those lyrics.
Thank you very much. It was a team effort. That's why we make such a good team. We got the creativity and the technical skills to pull it all together into a phenomenal package.
Yeah.
And truly, like, that is a labor of love. And 2 p.m. that we love to give you that tough love.
Yeah.
And just know that we couldn't be fucking happier that you're back.
But you're finally back. You're finally back.
And now we get all that we want because we've almost got our full post-shiny military. We got an EXO with lay. Now we get a 2 p.m. as well. This is truly, what a time to be alive.
It's so good. It's so good. I feel so blessed and happy, and like it was worth it to keep carrying this second gen torch all of this time. And
it's all been worth it.
It's all been worth it. So let's get into it. 2 p.m. is back, and their main single, their new comeback that they've come back with, is called Make It. Saucy.
It is so groovy as well. I feel like, ever since we talked a lot about this in our 2 p.m. deep dive. If you haven't watched that already, or listened to that already, please do. But ever since Grown, they have had such a like groovier vibe because they started out so, they started
Party
out in
clubby.
and it was like the 2009, whatever, that era of K-pop. And they really grew through their career. And now we've got 6 beautiful 30-something-year-olds, and they are singing, and they're sounding so great and so groovy. The music video concept is so fun. I think that's been one of my favorite things about this comeback so far, is that in like the MMTG show that we can talk about, and the like comeback special, and in the music video too, I feel like they're really having a sense of humor about it. They're not taking themselves super, super seriously in the way that they have in the past. And I don't know, they just seem like they're having so much fun. The music video concept is that basically it starts with Woo Young in a store, and he sees this woman in a yellow dress walk by, and his pupil expands, and he sees a meteor hitting the earth, and like the whole music video is this apocalypse happening in this like Good Place style picturesque town, and each of the members, completely ignoring the apocalypse, finds and meets this woman at a certain point. My favorite part is when Juno saves her from falling out of a building, which his button-up shirt is soaking wet again. Yes. Juno said 2021, my shirts must be wet.
Wet clothes only.
And I love that for him. And then they're like in an office building, and like a meteor fucking hits. And so the window gets blown out, and she almost falls, and he catches her from falling with one hand in his pocket. And it's so great. It's so great. The music video is so fun.
It's so great, and we're going to watch it later in the episode, so stay tuned. But I think that it's so, I don't know, the second gen-ness of all of this is really fun to me. Like you said, the irreverence of that, just like guys this old don't give a shit in the same way that young idols give a shit. Because they don't have any, not that they have nothing to lose. They have everything to lose, but they know, I don't know, they understand themselves and their place in the industry more, and they have a little more fun. And I thought it was interesting. Asian Junkie did a little piece about it, that it was actually such a second gen trope that is gone now, of one girl for the whole group in a music video. We talk about that, a lot of our really early episodes are so weirdly outdated now because K-pop has changed so much since all the tropes we talked about in that episode are they're less of tropes now. People have found new tropes. So it was really refreshing to see them do the one girl for the whole group concept, because I haven't seen it in a long time. And that it is just so cheeky. When the first teaser came out and it was just Woo Young and then the meteor and the car alarms, I laughed so hard.
Me too.
Because I was just like, yes, great. This is perfect. Like, this is so funny. And they're like doing the whole like cool guys don't look at explosions thing while the stuff is exploding. And I also saw people in the Discord. I don't watch anime, so it didn't hit with me. But I guess something that Taecyeon did was like lifted directly out of a very popular anime.
Well, at a certain point, he does the
hand on the wall. Is that what? Maybe that's what they were talking about.
When that moment happened, I screamed because I was like, "Oh my god, it's that thing!" Because it's like really, it's like very popular, and it's a thing that like they make like idols and like actors and stuff do on variety shows. It has a name, I can't remember. I know it starts with a T.
Yes.
But yeah, it has to do with like putting your arm against the wall and like pinning somebody up against the wall with it. I don't know what it's originally a reference to, but it is an anime reference. But yes,
they're just being so smoldery because it's just like, it's funny because we said we had no idea what to expect when 2 p.m. came back. Like, anything could have happened. And they could have gone, like, full thirsty, like, grown. Like, it could have just been, like, more skin. And, like, it could have been, like, more overtly thirsty. But I feel like this is a funny way to do it. Because, like we said, this is, like, 2 p.m. is, like, porn for women in their 30s or whatever, because they're all just like dressed very well and they're like grown-ups that have jobs. And in the music video they like want this girl so bad they literally don't even notice that the world is ending around them. And the lyrics to the song are just like a very cheeky, like, I just passed this girl on the sidewalk and I'm gonna have to turn around and I'm gonna go follow her and say, hello, excuse me, like, have we met before? Will you come home? It's just very like, I just saw you and I can't walk away from this because I think you might be my destiny or whatever.
And they are very confused. Like, there's a part where he's like, was it her perfume? Was it her dress? Like, what is happening to me right now? Like, why can't I resist her? And I love the like syncopation of the chogyo when they like say like, excuse me, like, I gotta talk to you. Before the album came out, they had put out a highlight medley.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, it is fantastic. And I was so appreciative of the way that they did it too, because sometimes highlight medleys are, I actually haven't seen somebody do this in a while, but I was reminded of it because we recently did that Taemin deep dive. And we talked about how when he did his first album, he performed the highlight medley and it was like a one take video, and that's what 2 p.m. did for their highlight medley. Instead of just having still pictures from the album shoot and then like playing the track, which is what a lot of groups do now, they did a one-shot video where they lip-synced. Sure, it wasn't a live track, but they, you know, performed a little snippet of each song.
In a long tracking shot type thing.
And they had little sets where they were all dressed so beautifully in these like stunning suits. Expensive and sparkly, and each set was like a bar or a lounge stage or Nickun at the piano, or just like, oh my god, it was classy as shit. And it was fantastic. And Chansung had a special director credit on it.
The whole thing. According to his own Instagram, he did everything.
Yes, and he did it phenomenally.
It's so good.
And the group has had a big hand in this album in particular. Many of the tracks have a credit to one or more of the members. Woo Young, I know, wrote the title song and also produced it as well. They did a comeback special where it's an hour long and it's on M2, I think, the YouTube channel. And they cut it up into chunks too, but you can also watch it as a whole hour. And it's cut up between them traveling to this rooftop to do this little like interview, and then stages where they perform a whole, like a retrospective, if you will. But in the comeback special, when they talked about Woo Young producing the track, they had a lot of really great stories about going into the recording studio and doing it. And because they are now not working under JYP and they're like the first group to do, you know, the slightly different companies,
is not a JYP employee right now.
Yeah. So it was interesting to hear them talking about the recording experience, and it was just so fun to watch the comeback special. They were just like ripping each other and like being silly, and like when we got into 2 p.m., we watched them on We Got Married, and so we saw their like variety side. I feel like before, at least I feel like I saw their variety side before I saw their idol side. So then to see them like in a car on the way to the roof, like joking about whatever different just memories,
like old times.
yeah, and just like putting
Just
on
like
different
old
songs,
times.
and I know. Oh, it was just so refreshing to see 2 p.m. back again.
Yes, and the comeback special, got to talk about the comeback special.
Oh my God, yes.
So
for
like,
hours.
First of all, they performed Hands Up, which is one of those early, loud, clubby 2 p.m. songs that you think you don't like, but then it comes on and you're like, no, this is fun. And they're
like,
having
yeah.
so much fun. They were jumping they were like jumping
having
even
so
more
much
than they
fun.
did when they were 20. And they
Yeah.
were like having so much fun and they had their guns out.
Yes, with their little guns out, and all of their mics are on. The whole comeback special, they sound excellent. Not missing any of the steps, any of the beats. And yeah, they're just having so much fun the whole time. And that I feel like was the best part about it, because we've definitely talked about how like Put Your Hands Up is not a great song, whatever. It's just very silly and very repetitive.
But they made it sound better, and they were even
made
like,
it sound better.
Hands up, like doing stuff,
singing
to
it.
like we can sing now.
Put your hands up. And I was sitting there like first thing in the morning on Monday with my coffee in my pajamas, putting my hands up and my drink up. Yes, ready to party all day long.
And another beautiful gift from this comeback special is that they performed ADTOY for the first time in God knows how many years.
Oh my God.
And it's perfect.
It's so fun. It's freaking perfect. They sound amazing. The choreo is excellent. They do their full chair dance. They're all wearing cute little leather pants, and their booties are popping.
Booty popping.
And they are just like body rolling and hitting all the notes. And God, they just look so good.
They
guys.
look so
They
good.
Look so good.
We were just remarking before recording, like it just feels so astonishing and wonderful that they not only look so good, none of them have changed their faces.
Yeah, they look exactly
so they
the
look
same.
the same. But they also look the same. Like, I feel like sometimes with groups, I'm like, oh my God, you look older. Like, you look like a man. But like, 2PM doesn't look different. They look like they looked when they went to the military. They haven't aged at all.
Always been men.
Because they've always been men. You're right. You're very right about that. But they don't look different at all. And it's
No,
like
they really
time
don't.
has passed.
It's
except
pretty
that
trippy.
so much time has passed.
I know. So much time has passed.
But it feels like it hasn't, and that's a gift.
Yeah,
that
they jumped
gave us.
they jumped right back into it, and they're just having such a blast. I feel like every performance on that comeback special really showed how much fun they were having. They just have like the biggest smiles, and they're giving the choreography their all. And it's just like so refreshing.
Yeah, they also did a My House stage. Like a new one since that song got popular again, and you could like really tell that they were like extra feeling it and extra singing it. Like, you guys like this one now?
Yes.
I'm gonna give you My House.
Yes, and they had recently performed that on MMTG. We've talked about that show, and I think, did we talk about this on the show already? I don't remember. I know we talked about the Shiny episode, but I can't remember if we talked about
recommended a couple weeks ago
yeah,
that people
because we
just
talked about
watch
how
it.
Muses was back on it and
because she's
stuff.
been doing the like reunion concerts and stuff.
Yes, so they did recently perform My House on MMTG after going on as guests with JJ and like dragging up, all of their old fun stuff, which most of them were just like super embarrassed by, and it was so fun. But so this was, I guess, like the second most updated performance. But this time they're really like, the gears are oiled and we know what we're doing.
They practiced it real hard.
Oh man, they nailed it. We just watched it right before recording, and I think that was when what maybe got the biggest reaction out of us. As soon as it finished, we were just like, yes, they're so beautiful, and they look so good, and they sound so good. And
Yes.
They're just the whole package.
They are the whole
They're
package.
The whole package.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, another piece of that package is their stunning ballads.
Yes.
And that was the next song that they performed on their comeback special. They did a B-side off of this album, which is called Hold You. Yes, Hold You. And they just like sat in their My House outfits and on pretty stools and sang this pretty song. And it's, you know, one of the few 2 p.m. songs that does not have a rap break. Taecyeon has a beautiful verse where he gets to sing in his lovely low voice. There's a lot of vocalist Taecyeon on this album, which I appreciate. And the song is just so beautiful. When I watched the comeback special, that's definitely the moment where I cried.
That's the moment when I cried watching the highlight medley because it's the last song on the album.
And they all come
into a line, and there's a part where like Junkei goes, and then they all do this nice. And they were all standing in a line, and I was like, oh my God, 2 p.m.
That's what got me in the comeback special when they got off of their stools and they walked toward the front of the stage, and then it's called Hold You, and they put their arms around each other, and they're just so happy to be back on stage.
And I'm so happy to have them back on stage.
God, I'm so happy to have them back on stage. Back where you belong, 2 p.m. in our hearts and in our minds.
And in front of us.
And on our stages. That's exactly where we want you to be. And they finished it out with the title track.
Yep.
Make It. And they had a cute little set on like a street that kind of mirrored the music video. And they had a lot of pyrotechnics in the background. And each one of them was dressed for a different occasion.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the styling for that stage just because it was pretty mishmashy. And Chanzung has like a purple silk shirt that has like a big flowy bow collar.
That just didn't feel like 2 p.m. to me, his outfit. Because I felt like otherwise, individually, I was okay with all of their outfits. Although Woo Young's did look like something Minhyuk would have worn, not only because of the sneakers, but also I felt like the whole pantsuit.
The vest with the safety pins. It was a whole jumpsuit.
Yeah.
It was pretty Minhyuk-y, actually.
But individually, I felt like I didn't have any problems with their outfits. Juno looks fantastic.
So fine. In this long red cardigan with the deepest V.
Oh my goodness. And the booty is popping.
Poppin'.
In those high-waisted bell-bottom slacks. But yeah, they didn't go together. But
they do go together in the choreo, which I want to speak about the choreo. Speak on it. First of all, credit to 2 p.m. for a new piece of beautiful choreo, which is a sleeve push-up choreo move.
That's the point move.
It's great. It's so
good.
There's also a part at the an outro before or during the last bridgy chorus thing where they do a really kicky, really cute, kicky, jumpy thing, and they're so in sync and they look so cute and they're jumping around. And there's just so much cute, shuffly anklies and little shoulder wiggles.
Yes, so much shoulder, a lot of quick little footwork and subtle moves. I feel like this choreography definitely took what I think people really love about the My House choreography and made it unique all over again or for a brand new track. It doesn't look like the My House choreography in any way. It just has a similar style in the details and the subtlety. I love the part where they get in a V and they take turns 3 by 3 doing a little they go back and forth. And the other side goes do, 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 boop. Yes, I love it. It's so good. It's so good.
But the My House thing I do want to talk about because I think it's unavoidable and it must be discussed.
Okay.
But I saw very clearly that it seemed to me that JYP said, okay, My House got popular while they were gone. What do we do about that? And then he sent a mission to his writers on staff or whatever to be write me another My House. Because this song and 2 others on the album start with a very similar and My House starts with a similar guitar lick. And so I think they were genuinely trying to recreate the magic of My House very intentionally with this. But what it ended up giving was a really cohesive album that like sounds really good as an album, because I think that everybody was focused on this on this one sound, this one vibe that they were trying to capture again. And I feel like even the sleeve rolling up choreography is similar to the turnaround and hold my hand choreography. Like I think they were just trying to expound on that version of 2 p.m. for this whole thing, which I'm totally fine with and not against in any way. But I think it's a really clear path that you can see.
I agree. And I think overall it gives like you said, it gives a very cohesive album in a way that I think is more cohesive than the number 5 album that My House was on. Because that is a good album and I like it a lot, but there are a couple of outliers on that album where it just sounds like a totally different, it almost sounds like a different era of 2 p.m. Yeah. There's like one song on there that sounds like a real, like a throwback to like part club 2 p.m. And I was like, what? This isn't the vibe we do anymore. I guess it's not a complaint because I have no complaints, but I would say like Gentleman's Game gets really overlooked because My House is so popular, and like Gentleman's Game is a really good album.
I agree.
But anyway, this album is also really, really, really good.
It is good. It's called Must, which we haven't said yet, but the album is titled Must. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And it has a gorgeous jazzy intro. I love that it actually has like an instrumental intro to it.
To just be like, here we go. Yeah. We're getting into 2 p.m. Let's go.
And it's a full 10-track album, but the 10th track is actually an acoustic version of My House. Right. Which is beautiful. I really do like the acoustic version.
Because they definitely take some liberties with it. Like they change some melody up and like do it a little, try to do it a little different.
Yeah. It's not, exactly.
It's not, because sometimes when a song is like remixed or an acoustic version, oftentimes you can tell that it literally just is the original vocal track and they just like redid the music. But this is like a full re-record of My House, which is nice.
Yeah.
So we have the intro and we have Make It, our title track. And then the next song is called Okay or Not. This whole album is just really vibey. It keeps a general jazzy, lower energy kind of vibe through it.
I agree.
And this song, I almost want to say that it's bossa nova in the beat. I don't know if it fully is, but something about it is a little like but that's
it's really nice. I mean, they do have there's like a very clear through line, I feel like, of the instruments that they chose in all of the songs. There's like a lot of piano, and like you said, several of the songs start with like a very distinct guitar, and it's such a great whole package for them.
The next song is On My Way.
On my way to see you.
And that one's like a little more tropical in its feeling. The beat goes like a little faster, but again, like there's a general like vibe.
Yeah.
It's just kind of lower.
It's a laid back, like I'm on my way to see you, but I'm not breaking the speed limit. You know what I mean? I'm on my way and I'll be there soon.
Yeah. The next track I was really excited on the teaser just to see it. The song is called Champagne. And again, like, is this for me? Because I love champagne. It's part of my brand. So I was like, great, 2 p.m. Get on the champagne train.
And the whole song is about how you are their champagne, which is a very cute metaphor.
There's also, doesn't Taecyeon say something pretty
He says, once you pop, you just can't stop.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, Taecyeon, I will never get tired of your raps. Never.
The next song on the album I love a lot.
Oh man,
and it is
so
called
beautiful.
The Cafe.
나랑 집 앞 카페 한적한 도시락 딱인데 예쁜 카페 너가 좋아하는 카페 한 잔에 마주.
And this is a type of song, and the only way that I know how to describe it is that it's a type of song that has been made by Baekhyun and Kang Daniel and XOSC before them. It's just that, I don't know, it's like kind of like low energy R&B pop, but it makes you want to do just kind of like a little dance, like some kind of cute kicky dance to it. Like I feel like you could do Baekhyun's Candy Dance to Cafe. Like it
Cafe.
just has like a cute little,
Yeah.
I don't know,
It
it's
has
so
a
bouncy.
little bop. Yeah, a little bop to
And
it.
it just like seems like they need to be doing a little dance in the street with some girls or something.
While they take you to the cafe. Cafe. Yeah, it is very, very fun. But the song after that, I think so far is maybe my favorite.
It's my favorite too.
Oh my
God, it's my favorite too. It was my immediate favorite on first listen. I was like, I love this.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Even the highlight medley, I was like, yes, I cannot wait for this one. It is called Moon and Back. It is a stunningness. It's just a beautiful, beautiful ballad about loving you to the moon and back. And their voices like really, really soar in it. I feel like because 2PM are beast idols and their reputation is the beef. And they started with, you know, put your hands up and like much louder vibes.
Yeah.
That I feel like a lot of people, I feel like they get shortchanged or stereotyped or like boxed. I don't know. I feel like people misinterpret what 2PM is all about.
Okay.
And this is what 2PM is all about. 2PM has great vocalists. All 6 of them are very good singers, Taecyeon included.
Yeah.
And this song in particular, I think, highlights all of their beautiful vocals. But their like B-sides from Grown On, I think, really highlight like what great singers they are. And they make groovy, funky, sexy, beautiful music. And this is beautiful.
Yeah, it's really beautiful, and but it feels very, very modern K-pop in a way I can't put my finger on. Like, but it was like the first song, like when it came on the album, I immediately was struck, like, oh, I think this is my favorite. But I also was sitting in it and was like, okay, this is 2021 2PM. Like in the same way that we got 2021 Shiny this year, like it still sounds like it still is 2PM, but it's a much more like modern version of it in the sounds that they're using or whatever. And so it just was like, it was a reminder, like, wow, they've come so far, and like here they are in present making music for the present.
Yeah, making new music that still perfectly captures 2PM. Yeah. It is true to who they are.
And that's so nice to have.
It is so nice. I feel like that must be one of the things that is and has been so satisfying about this comeback, is that everything about it has felt so true to who 2PM has always been. And that's just been so fun. Like, we've been fans of theirs for so long, and to have waited for so long and to have them finally come back with something that is like, we could not have asked if we had like designed it ourselves, of like, what
I
are
wouldn't
all
have
of
been
the
able
things.
to dream
No,
this.
never.
It's so
never.
good.
It's so good. It's exactly what I would have wanted, but better. It's even more. It's like better than my dreams. I love you, 2PM.
I love you, 2PM. And it's
You
just
made all my dreams come true.
It's
You
so
really,
nice.
really did.
It's just such a beautiful blessing, like that we literally really have all 6 of them.
All 6 of them.
And like in a
nobody's full
gone,
comeback. There are no
different.
exceptions or asterisks to this comeback. None.
It's all the
really
way real.
just them. And it wasn't even an EP. It was a real fucking album.
It's a whole album.
And there's 2 more songs on it after Moon and Back. The next one is called 2 of Us.
What a pleasant song 2 of Us is.
God, it's so, pleasant, I feel like, is a description for the whole album. Yeah. This has a beautiful horn in it that just like floats in the background, and it's just like a snappy,
and the pianos, and I just feel like going on a bike ride on a spring day with 2PM.
Yes. And you just like leisurely like stroll and weave down the tree-lined streets.
Oh, wow, it's beautiful.
With 2 p.m. surrounding you. And like, wow, what a beautiful day.
Wow.
Oh, the two of us. And then the last song on the album before the acoustic version of My House is Hold You, which is the B-side that they performed at their comeback special. And they sat in their beautiful chairs and they just sang so prettily. And it is a gorgeous song.
Yeah, I just love the harmonies in it. Mm-hmm. It's just so like old school. Whenever boy bands do like old school Boys to Men, like a cappella harmonies, I just like melt. I can't stand it. It's so good.
Yeah, and like I won't ever get tired of saying it. Like 2 p.m. is 6 great vocalists.
They're great.
And they all sound incredible on this album and on this song. 2 p.m.
We're so lucky.
I can't believe it. The full package, you guys. Like no complaints from start to finish. Truly gave us everything we wanted and more.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm truly just like at a loss because I could, like you said, couldn't have asked for anything different. Mm-hmm. And like, it's so good. It's so good. Like an album with 0 skips. They didn't even try to make a noisy song for old time's sake.
Not at all. Not at all. And I appreciated that they performed Hands Up at the comeback special because like you gotta know your roots. It's part of who they are. It's part of who you are. And that's fine. But it was even like that was like a revamped version, and they were like, you know, doing it with their full grown selves, and to not have to, I don't know, pander in that way. I guess I'm just like really glad that they didn't. Like you were saying, Moon and Back feels like a modern sound, right? But I feel like they didn't try to do any of the quote unquote new K-pop, you know what I mean? Right. Like they didn't try to go for like a popular noisy track.
There aren't any trap beats on this.
There's no trap beats at all. Like there's no vocoder on it. There's like no, I don't think there's any auto-tune or like voice filter. Maybe there's some like voice effects where it makes it sound kind of far away. But I feel like the only effects I can think of it is like they make a like record crackle. Sure. They go like old school with their vocal effects. And I just think that's really, like we were saying, true to them, but just like good for them. Yeah. Of like, you guys do you, and you don't have to change the 2 p.m. formula to fit the 2021 K-pop mold. Like what you guys already do still works.
Yeah, we missed it and it was needed, and now we have it. And everyone is better for it.
Yes. Yes, we are. Oh my God, nice. 2 p.m. And to celebrate 2 p.m., to continue with this celebration, I have created a 2 p.m. quiz.
Oh boy, I love a quiz.
I think you're going to like it. I scoured through, I originally was thinking like, I want to come up with a game that has to do with the lyrics of the songs because 2 p.m. because Taecyeon is American, he speaks fluent English, and they have a lot of English in their songs. And I was actually pleasantly surprised because I literally read all of their lyrics, all of them.
I believe you.
And they have very, very, very little nonsense English. Like, there's no Sminglish of any one example that I have on my quiz. But it's mostly just like, I feel like the humor of 2 p.m.'s English comes from the conviction with which the delivery raps it.
Yes.
But anyway, I originally thought of like maybe making a funny game out of like the lyrics, but they weren't really that funny because it is about the delivery. Of course. And like it's just Taecyeon. So instead, we're just gonna have some trivia, if you will. And if you're a hottest, then I invite you to test your knowledge along with us.
Pen and paper.
Well, it depends on how you want to do it because it is kind of like the women's history quiz that you made. Mm-hmm. I have multiple choices. Would you like to know the answer right away, or would you like to know the answer at the end?
I don't know. I know I did answer at the end last time, and I'm trying to remember what the listener feedback was about that. Like, were people like, that was bad? Or
I don't remember anyone saying that was bad, but I have no problem going one right after the other.
Let's just do one at a time.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Number 1. Which of the following is something 2PM does not want to do? A. Take her to their house. B. Give you class. C. Waste your time. D. Lay you down. Or E. All of the above. This is a tricky question, so listen to the way that it's phrased.
One more time.
Which of these is something that 2PM does not want to do? Take her to their house, give you class, waste your time, lay you down, or they don't want to do any of those things. Ready?
Yeah. My guess is that I think that it's E, that because they do say that they do want to do all of those things. They want to take you to my house. They want to lay you down.
They want to give you class.
And they want to give you class.
But do they want to waste your time?
I wasn't sure about the waste your time. The waste your time is what threw me.
We don't want to waste your time. It's C. They definitely do not want to waste your time.
They do not want to waste your time.
Absolutely not.
What song is
They're
that
going to get
from?
right to the point. It's from My House.
Okay.
All right.
Question number 2.
Number 2. This was a funny one, and I double-checked myself multiple times. How many times does 2PM say the word put in Hands Up?
Oh my God.
A, 77. B, 98. C, 119. D, 54. Or E, none of the above.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Absolutely.
Does a put count as 7 puts or 1 put?
Each individual put counts.
Okay. Can I have the choices one more time?
Absolutely. 77, 98, 119, 54. Or none of the above.
Those. This is just a whim, and it's because it's a degree and it's hot. I'm going with 98 as my choice.
I love that reasoning, but it's 119.
Okay. I thought it might be.
I counted twice.
Way to count.
I counted twice just to make sure. All right. Here is not a regular question. This is a title thesaurus challenge.
Ooh.
Translate this title. Over and over.
I got it.
What is it?
It's again and again.
Of course it is. Again and again. All right. Number 3 is A, finish this tachyon rap. Take a look around. 1, 2, 3.
Ain't no girl like you. Can't you see? Yucky,
Yucky,
chuggy.
Yes, that is from Mine off of the Go Crazy album.
Woo!
Nice job. All right, number 4. Which simile has not been used by 2PM?
Ooh.
A, like a wilted flower. B, like romantic comedy. C, like a candle on a windy night. D, like a skin flick. E, none of the above.
Can you rephrase the question one more time?
Yes. Rephrase it or repeat
Or
it?
yeah, repeat it.
Excuse me. Which simile has not been used?
Okay.
So which of these is not a 2PM lyric? Like a wilted flower, like romantic comedy, like a candle on a windy night, like a skin flick, or none of the above. None of the above meaning they are all 2PM lyrics.
I am going to guess A. The only one I'm sure it's not is B, because I'm pretty sure I can think of a song that says that. But I am really unsure about this question in general.
They are all 2PM
They
lyrics.
are all lyrics. Wow.
And all of those are said in English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Skin
Like
flick
a
felt
skin
so
flick.
specific. I was like, you didn't come up with that out of
Didn't come up
nowhere.
with that. But that one made me pause because when I read it, my immediate assumption was that a skin flick meant like a porno, but that's not what it means. But that's not what it means. The lyric is about how her hair brushes your shoulder like a skin flick.
I see.
It's not a sexy line though. Just for the record. All right. A title thesaurus.
All right.
Translate this title. Unable to end the emotion.
Unable
To end
to end.
the emotion.
I think this can only be Can't Stop the Feeling, but I don't know why that isn't ringing a song bell in my mind.
That is correct. Ding, ding,
Oh,
ding.
ding,
Can't
ding,
stop
ding.
the feeling from Gentleman's Game.
From Gentleman.
I can't stop this feeling.
Oh,
Da-na-na-na-bum-bum.
that one. Oh, that song. Yes, of course.
Yes.
Great.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Finish this Taekyon rap. 24/7, all hour, can never stop.
For my lover?
Yes. What's the next line?
Wait, hold on. Wait, go ahead.
24/7, all hour, can't never stop.
For my lover. What song is? Can you give me what
Yes,
song?
it is
this
from Promise I'll Be.
From I'll Be. It's not for my lover.
And the next part has to do with the title.
Baby, I will be. But no, I have no idea.
I'll be what you want me to be.
I'll be what you want me to be.
24/7, all hour, can't never stop for my lover. I'll be what you want me to be. Da-da-da-ba-da-bum-bum.
Okay.
Nice job, nice job.
Good job.
All right, number 6. Which nonsense adjective, this is my one example of nonsense English, which nonsense adjective does 2 p.m. use to describe their baby in 10 points out of 10?
Okay.
A, shutterful baby. B, loverful baby. C, flowerful baby. D, kissesful baby.
Oh my God, they're all so stupid.
They're all really dumb. I promise you one of them is real.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and guess loverful just because that seems likely to me.
That would have been better, but it's actually A, shutterful.
And is it like with
No,
D, like shutter?
Shutter, like the window shutters. Shutterful baby.
I don't even know what that means.
Me either, but Taekyon, if you're listening, I'd love to know. So DM me. All right, title thesaurus. This one's easy. Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Yes. Featured on our Battle of the Beautiful.
Yes.
Number 7. You'll get this one, I think.
Okay.
In their new title song, Make It, Taekyon asks if we're down for a date with coffee, shopping, driving, cooking, wine, and one other thing. What is it? A, puppy. B, movie. C, LP. D, dancing.
I know confidently the answer is LP because I had to look it up because I was like, I couldn't hear what he was saying. And then I saw it and I was like, a record. You were saying you would like to put on a record and have some wine with the lady. I get it.
Yes, he's going to put on a record and cook you dinner while you drink some wine, just like Woo Young did in the teaser.
In the teaser. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. All right. Number 8. How many 2 p.m. songs include the word back in the title? A, 6. B, 7. C, 4. Or D, 2.
I'm going with 2 because I can only think of 2, but I don't know if that's a trick or if there's a bunch more I'm not thinking of. But I can confidently think of 2 right now.
Which are the 2 that you can think of?
I'll be back, which is I'll be
Sure.
back. And then, wait, I had another one and then I forgot it. Nope, I've only got I'll be back. So I'm saying it's 2.
Well, one's not an option.
I know. So that's why I'm saying 2.
The correct answer is A, 6.
6?
Back to you. This is in chronological order. Back to you. I'll be back. Come back when you hear this song.
Come back. That was it.
Back to square one. Go back. Moon and back.
And Moon and Back, the newest one.
newest
of
one.
course.
All right.
I'll be back.
Title Thesaurus. Translate this title. For the entire evening.
All night long.
Yep, that is correct.
Woo!
All night long. Great job. Okay, next up. Second to last question.
Okay.
To where/when does 2 p.m. promise to love us?
Oh.
A, to the end of time. B, to the moon and back. C, to their last breath. D, to their dying day. Or E, all of the above.
It's absolutely all of the above.
It is all of the above, but technically the only lyric is to the moon and back.
Okay. But 2 p.m.
But
promised
we know it's
all of those
We
things.
know it's all of them. We know it is. And last but not least, a title thesaurus of one of my favorite songs. Create affection.
I wanna make love with you. Make Love from
Yes.
Gentleman's Game.
Excellent job.
Yay, great quiz making.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun. I love 2 p.m. and I had an excellent time scrolling through every single lyric of theirs that's ever been translated.
Wonderful job. Wonderful job. Well, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be right back to watch 2 p.m.'s new music video. Woo! All right, we are back, and it's time to close out this beautiful 2 p.m. celebration of basking in the glory of 2 p.m. by taking in more of the glory of 2 p.m. and watching their new music video together. Yes. Because we've already gotten 2 p.m. in the random game and done a deep dive on them. Mm-hmm. So we just got to watch the newest thing. It's all that's left.
It's just our 2 p.m. deep dive part 2, the hottest addendum.
Hottest addendum. I love it.
Yes. So here we go. We are going to watch 2 p.m. Make It.
All right. Cue up your music video if you want to watch along. And I'm going to press play. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Wooyoung in this beautiful skin-colored t-shirt just disappearing.
And there he sees her.
Dress lady.
And
his eyes. Kaboom! This is so funny. This is so funny.
It's
and then
so
it just does the
the title card. And
booties.
we go straight to booties. Oh, God,
I love this part of the chorus. This is just so cool. Holy shit.
Juno with his glasses, Taekyeon looking hot in a car. Why didn't they wear these outfits on the
I know,
stage?
they're cuter.
Yeah, they go better.
Ooh, that was a nice transition.
Yeah, that was. And the choreo kind of goes with the lyrics as well. Because when Kun does that, he's talking about her perfume. Look at
Oh,
these
that part
shoulders.
with the little hand on the shoulders. I love it. Just drinking. What a fancy man, just drinking tea at the flower shop.
While everything
Look at
explodes.
those
Here it
sleeves
is.
roll.
I love this move too. Just the hand down. What is that supposed to be, 2 p.m.?
My goodness. Just chilling. Everyone is
hanging
literally
out.
running.
shopping, driving, LP, cooking, wine,
There it was. LP. June, no,
Wet.
set, wet, t-shirts.
Ugh, throw those glasses away.
You don't need them. That's where they say Chogyo. I love it.
This is the part where they do the little part, like the little
call and
sections.
response.
These transitions are truly pretty cool.
They're really good. Yeah, all of them, like cutting between the different
Hand
choreos.
on his
Hand in the
waist,
pocket.
yes.
Because that's how it is in the choreo. It's so smooth, man. It's so smooth. And Kun is the only one.
Glass cut is so
The
cool.
artistic glass cut. This felt very La La Land.
Yes, it's because that yellow dress
Yeah.
really does a lot of work.
Oh,
There it is. And it's at the part where he does the low voice chorus.
Well, and also he's protecting
Here,
her.
this is the
yes.
Look
Look at these outfits. These are great outfits too. We could have worn these on stage. Maybe we still will. Kun's see-through arms.
Wow, just staring into our souls.
Yeah. I love that. Just the casual pose. But it was all in his head? Perhaps he'll go out to talk to her.
Perhaps.
Oh, 2 p.m. You're really back. Really, really, really back. And you're so good. You're so good. Just
so
as
proud.
good, if not better, than you've always been.
Yeah.
Congratulations. 2 p.m.
Congratulations to all of us. Congratulations to everyone. This is just
Yeah.
I'm just so happy and I'm so proud. I'm so proud of them.
I'm so proud of them. I'm proud of us.
I'm proud of everyone. We made it, and all of the people. I'm just thinking of all of the people who've like listened to our show all of these years, and maybe they like never listened to 2 p.m. and they just hear us being like, "But we need them back." And like, what if they had come back and it had been terribly embarrassing? How embarrassed we would have been. But no, they're exactly
No.
what we promised you all that they were. They've held it. They kept it together.
The whole
And
package,
they're
y'all.
still great.
The
They're
whole
still
goddamn
great.
package. Everyone breathe out a collective sigh of relief.
All is well.
2 p.m. is back,
And 2 p.m. is back.
and I feel centered again.
Me too. I know this is the part of the show where we usually do weekly recommendations, and I don't think I have anything to recommend other than every part of this episode, which is like check out the 2 p.m. comeback if you haven't yet.
Yeah, if you have to watch just like one thing, I don't know. I guess I would say of the tracks that they performed at the comeback special, like pick one. I can't pick one. I don't know. I mean, if you want an old track, I think you should watch the ADTOY
Agreed.
stage. That's the one I would highlight, and then like the title track stage, because I do really love the choreo of this. And you see good snippets of it in the music video, but you don't get to see the whole thing. And there is a fan cam of the title track from the comeback special, so you can see like the panned back version for everything. But just watch the whole thing. Watch them all. They're all good.
Yeah,
They're all good.
They're all good, and
The whole album is good.
Just get ready because we are recording this like almost barely 24 hours since this has been out. So like the comeback stages are coming.
They haven't even started
There's a
yet.
Knowing Brothers that's gonna be really wild. They might weekly idol it and shit. Like who knows?
Oh my God, we're gonna have a fucking blast, y'all. So get on board, listen to the album, and get ready. It's about to get hot in here.
Yeah. And I guess a plug that's on topic, general, if you are not a Patreon subscriber, this might be the month that I think you need to be, because teaser, this month on Patreon, I have dug into my sacred K-pop archive where I keep all of my old variety shows that you can't find on the internet anymore. And we are going to watch a couple of episodes of We Got Married that 2 p.m. guest starred on.
The thing that started it all.
The thing that started it all. So if you want to watch some old We Got Married and hear us squeal over it, join our Patreon, patreon.com/IMAKpop pod.
Yes. We will be watching more than one episode from both Kuntoria and Too Young's season. So sign up now.
Yeah, and I tried really hard to also include Tech and Juno seasons, but We Got Married Global is like gone from the internet. It used to be on Hulu, and it's like gone from the internet, and Amazon has it listed, but it's grayed out, and it's like you can't watch this. Sad. But anyway, We Got Married on Patreon. Come check it out.
Come and join us.
And yeah, this upcoming weekend, or no, 2 weekends from now.
2 weekends from now.
But it's coming up. KPSN Podcast Festival is really, truly happening. We will be on July 10th. Both of our activities are on the 10th, but it is the 10th and the 11th. If you buy tickets, you can go to shows both days of the weekend. But we will be getting interviewed in the afternoon, and then we will do our show after that. And we're doing part 2 of the year 2001 in K-pop, and it's going to be exciting. If you miss it, we'll put it out as a regular episode, but it will be more fun if you're there, I'm telling you.
It will definitely be more fun if you are there, because you will be able to interact with each other and with other hosts, and there's so many activities happening that weekend. You don't need to listen to part 1 in order to understand what we're doing for part 2, but part 1 does exist. We did that in, I think, January of this year. So if you want to listen to that beforehand, then you'll know what's going on.
Get your tickets now at solo.to/KPSNFUN. That's solo.to/KPSNFun. Get your tickets. Come join us for a fun weekend of HallyuCast. So many people are going to be there. People who've guested on this show. People who listen to this show who have their own podcasts.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. Otherwise, you can find us all over the internet at AMA K-Pop Pod, Twitter and Instagram. There's a linktree/AMA K-Pop Pod has links to our Discord, our YouTube, our Spotify. You can call us 181 AMA K-Pop 5 and leave a voicemail. We got a couple of voicemails last night during the SM press conference. We can address that in the future, but
Today
it wasn't
was about
appropriate
2
for
p.m.
today.
You can write to us, P.O. Box 26096, Los Angeles, California, 90026.
And yeah, like I plugged, we have Patreon if you want to pay a little for extra episodes.
Yep, we put out bonus content every month.
And possibly more content in the future. Who knows?
TBD.
We'll find out. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in today and for sticking with us through 3.5 years of yelling about not having this group around. Like, now we are settled, we are peaceful, they are with us, and everything is okay again. So thank you all. And get on the hottest train. It's rolling.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. 2 p.m. Okay, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Jonghyun, you're our inspiration.